Jimmy, a 3-1 victory over Bedworth this afternoon. Just first, before I dive into anything, what did you assess from that one?
I didn't like the first half. It was slow. It was a proper pre-season friendly in the first half, really. It was slow. We were slow in possession. We didn't move it with any real purpose, and what that did was allow them to grow into the game, which they did. Fair play to them, and they were good in the first half as much as we were poor. They were good in the first half and went in at 1-1, fully deserved, really. We spoke about where we needed to be better, and it was fairly obvious, and we made a couple of adjustments, this, that, the other. And second half, I thought we totally dominated, so I was delighted with the second half. It was everything that we would want it to be, both in and out of possession, like what we've been talking about for the last 4 weeks. You know, upon reflection, look, I'm still probably coming down from the game. We're only, 15 minutes after the final whistle, but I'll probably look back and I'm quite glad that the first half has happened in some ways, because they now can see what it looks like when we do need to turn it up. And they've also shown me the ability that they can turn it up from both a mentality point of view, but then from a technical and a tactical point of view as well.
And I know I've gone over it a lot about the last couple of weeks about results. I know it doesn't quite mean too much in pre-season, but it is also back-to-back wins for us now in pre-season. So it builds that little bit of more confidence. You're just sort of stepping it up now towards the 10th of August, and you just got to keep ticking along now, isn't it, until that date arrives? Yeah,
we still want. We're still looking for even more. You know, we're still looking to improve in certain areas, and like I say, it's ticking along, yes, but I want to accelerate into the first week, because we've got 3 games in a week. And look, I'm pleased with where we're moving towards, especially, like I say, the second half, everything that I'd want it to be. Total control, really. And again, we scored the 2 goals, but we should have more. We should have another couple at least, I would suggest. So I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with the fact that the lads dealt with a little bit themselves, and then obviously the rest from me dealt with the situation at half time and turned it up, so that's good to see.
And one of the bright sparks was the return of Amari Sterling-James in the week. I mean, that caught a lot of eyes, I think, especially for the outside as well. But what did you make of his sort of performance today out there? I mean, he was running the show, to be fair.
Well, yeah, look, Amari's a match winner, especially at our level. He's a match winner. Loads of experience in the game. He knows the club, obviously, from when he was in his younger days, and look, he just provides us with something different, and not only sort of on the pitch or on the ball or tactically or whatever, but he's a voice already within the dressing room. He's settled in real fast with the lads, and he'll only improve our squad.
And just touching on other individuals, I mean, the fans were very happy to see Sam Perry in the squad today. So how do you think he coped with the sort of pressure today that he was not under, but the way he came out?
No, he come through the 45 minutes well. You know, obviously there's a lot more to come from him. He's 3 weeks behind everybody else, you know, due to the injury that he had. So 45 minutes, he's ticked that box. Obviously back in full training this week. He's ticked the 45-minute box, and we'll look to try and just accelerate his fitness levels, his match sharpness. You know, the rest of the lads who he's going to play against are, like I say, 3 weeks, maybe even four weeks ahead of him. So he is going to find that tough. But we'll be here to help him get him ready for the first game.
And just moving on swiftly, you've obviously got Colton left to play now before the actual season starts. So what's important between now and the sort of 10th of August in between now?
We'll continue with our sort of pre-season plan. We'll continue working on things that we want to work on, and ideally next week's a tough place to go. I played there in the FA Cup a few years ago. It's a really tough place to go. So ideally we'll put everything together, you know, within that game, whilst also understanding people like Sam Perry. Amari's even short, he hasn't played a lot of consistent games in pre-season, so we've got to marry the two up. But ultimately, like I say, I'm looking for some momentum going into the season because of the first 3 games.